Hey guys, it's Sarah from Book Nerds and Fangirls, and welcome to my reaction of The Witcher Season 1, Episode 4. Now, before I get into this reaction, this is actually recorded after I've watched this episode, this intro. My first intro, I was looking at the sound, I was editing, and I realized that for whatever reason, my speakers didn't catch my audio when I wasn't wearing my headset. The headset wasn't plugged in or anything. The audio just didn't translate well, which is a bummer because I explained a little bit about why I have like a band-aid on my finger. If anyone asks, I was searching through my suitcase and I found a tail end of a razor blade in there, so that's why I have a band-aid on my finger, and I was also as well explaining this little scar right here because I had pinched myself on something at work, so that's why that was there. So, a lot of things happening with my hands lately, so that's why my hands are a little bit in the wreck, plus cold weather. It sucks. But I was explaining in my original intro that last episode was intense, and I was hoping that this would up the ante of the story just a little bit. You'll get to see my initial thoughts. I just thought I would pop in here and state that this is not my original intro. I had a whole intro going, and I guess I will have to see if the rest of my audio translated. I'm wearing the headset every other take of audio I do, so I'm guessing it did, but fingers crossed on my audio, guys. So if like I'm editing and a little bit of them seem out of place, it's because I'm re-editing things because my sound went off of my intro. But hopefully this is the only clip that got distorted somewhat, so let's go. I'm gonna toss you over to the me watching the episode, and I will see you guys after it is done. So is it just me, or does the girl that Ciri run into at first like the first tribeswoman, does anyone else think she kind of looks like Lexa from the 100, or is it just me? Like here, let me, for people who don't know the 100, let me pull up a picture. So I don't know, actually. I don't know if you could see that. You could kind of see her. Actually, my phone just gives off like the most atrocious lighting on here. Here, I can't do that because the screen is too dark. But just Google Alexa from 100, and is it me, or do they look oddly similar? Maybe it's just me nitpicking right here, but similarities. I find similarities. Also, the main title sequence kind of reminds me of something off Skyrim. I don't know. Just something I'd like to point out. Okay, so I'm mostly probably going to be talking about Ciri's storyline in this because I find it the more interesting storyline. The Witcher is just at, like, a gathering ball thing for a princess because the bard asked him to be. But Cirilla, I like her storyline with the druids and Dara telling her what happened to his family because of her grandmother, and how, hey, just because you see them this way doesn't mean they weren't horrible people. But I like the conversation because not only does it give her a chance to figure out how awful her grandmother was to the elves, but it also gives him a chance to see how sheltered Cirilla was growing up and how she doesn't know how awful her family is. her is. I hope she, like, finds out. They seem like horrible people after what they just said. And she's all like, I have to find this person. And I like how he's all like, well, maybe you should start thinking for yourself. So, and, I like that message. It's like, you don't always have to go the way your family wants you to, but I feel like there's something about that prophecy that's super important. But we'll see at the end of the series. I think it has like 8 episodes, so after this I'm halfway through. So I don't know what to think. Let's continue. So that princess or queen or whoever Yennefer was trying to protect is really fucking stupid to tell a person who's trying to protect her ass, oh, you're just fucking useless. Useless. I'm just like, okay, yeah, yeah, ungrateful bitch. Bitch, I hope you like hell, because that's where you're going, because Yennefer just totally left her ass. Like, okay, check please, you could have her, bye! I found it sad because, like, that sucks that you died, but, like, maybe not piss off the person trying to protect you next time in your next life, because you're going to hell or something like that. Although I really hate kings that are going, like, kings who would be like, oh, well, you've run out of chances to produce me a male heir, so let's kill your ass. Like, oh my god. The times back then. Swear to god. Alright, next. So, I still don't get what the point of the whole dance thing was. Like, I get the point, but I didn't get what the point was about that huge old force field and what exactly she was planning on doing with that, with her lover, and I'm just like, I am so confused. So if anyone has any theories as to what she was doing with her spell or something like that, please let me know. That and of course Yennefer's part where she comes back to either save the baby or like the princess or queen, I don't know. No, but whenever the queen sacrificed her child and was all like, here, just have this baby as a sacrifice, and she gets killed instead. Instead, the baby still dies, which was sad. It dies in like Yennefer's arms because she tries to save it, but no use. Still dies. That made me sad. Sad, that was a sad part. But, I don't know. I don't know what a lot of this new development is yet. Nor then I thought the Queen of Centra had died. Is this like the person that's now in power instead? Is this all past, present, future? I guess things will be more clear to me the further I get in the series, but I'm kind of a little bit confused. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see by the end of this episode. And apparently now there's like 2 marriages happening that night instead of 1, so I don't know where The Witcher storyline this episode is going. I'm now at Cirella's storyline, so I'm gonna see what's happening with her. This episode's alright. It's kinda like in episode 2, where I didn't really feel a lot of feelings about it. I don't think episodes 2 and 4 are as good as 1 and 3. And that's just my personal preference, but it's still a pretty good show overall. So I'm gonna stop rambling and I'm gonna continue with the episode. So a lot of this is happening in the past, actually, because what happened was I probably should have thought of this whenever I was all like, oh, did they get a new queen soon enough? Nah, that was the actual queen. She was the actual queen, the grandmother to Ciri, who The Witcher stuff is in the past. I have a feeling whenever it came to the last episode that this was in the past, whenever... Like, God. I just had a feeling, like, I feel like Yennefer's is in the past, and so is The Witcher's, because in Yennefer's thing we have, like, a small snippet of that king and stuff. So does that mean, like, Yennefer is older than The Witcher is? That'd be interesting. And then now in The Witcher's episode, he's now bonded to the daughter that, or son that is in this person's womb, and that child is Ciri. Pretty sure this is all in the past, so, like I said, I haven't read the books, played the video games, so this is all new to me. I'm pretty sure a lot of people who have played the games and read the books have already know this, but I think it's a unique perspective to see someone's perspective who hasn't been invested in this world already, and see if they could piece it together, and I think I just pieced it together. I don't know how this all comes into play later, but I'm interested. So it's nice to see that Yennefer's storyline is in the past, and the only current present-day storyline probably is Ciri's. So that's probably why they're all just, like, not hearing each other, seeing each other. Nice to know that girl survived this long, but, I don't know. Let's see. Obviously, this show has a lot to say about destiny and stuff, and this episode was important information that I didn't think was important information, but it is. Is because I'm all like, is that a new queen? Nah, it was the same queen from the first episode. But how could Ciri not know the onslaught that happened to the elves then? Because... Oh, wait, are we gonna watch that in The Witcher? Like, has that not happened in past tense, or has it? I have to, like, re-watch some of this to get if... Well, actually, no, because the elves, whenever they caught the Witcher, I think they said it had already happened by this point. But I don't know. I don't know. This is interesting. I can't wait to see where this goes by episode 8. Okay, so I just learned my lesson. Never, ever, ever to watch this when I'm eating, because him, like, ripping her skin open and then eating her flesh was just, like I said, some of the scenes in this show are flipping gross, and I'm eating, so it's just like, I could usually eat with gross things. Horror movies don't get to me. You should probably know that. The Witcher is way more effective than most horror movies nowadays, because that was kind of gross. Drinking is fine, but, like, eating, yeah, can't eat to this show, apparently. Okay, so while I wasn't the hugest fan of this episode because it was more information than it was actual action and excitement, I do like... Let's see. What am I gonna say? I do like the ending, even though it literally almost made me puke in my mouth because of all the imagery, because I was eating. Like, usually it doesn't, things like that don't get to me, but, like, that was gross. But I found it interesting how they intertwined The Witcher and Ciri's storyline. Like, how come Ciri has to go find The Witcher? Apparently all the things that are happening to The Witcher have been in the past, so I don't know where he resides in current day. That should be interesting to see him current day. Now, how Yennefer is gonna intertwine between Ciri and The Witcher is gonna be fascinating to me, because like I said, not a fan of the series nor the fan of a video game, so I don't know what's happening here. So it's nice, like I said, it's nice to have an interesting viewpoint from someone who hasn't done none that has like no background information to The Witcher or anything like that. I know The Witcher has a huge fan base, and I appreciate the views on The Witcher so far. It's a good series so far, and I'm glad I'm on the halfway point. I'm gonna probably go pop some popcorn now, settle in for the 5th episode, and then I'll probably be done for the night, but I can't wait. I can't wait until I'm, like, finished this series so I could see it as a whole and figure out how it's all intertwined together, how everyone intersects with everyone else. Can't wait to see that happen. Can't wait to see how Yennefer plays a part in everything. Like, things are slowly coming together, and I appreciate that, but I'm kind of waiting to see how Yennefer plays into all of this. So, I don't know. Let's go ahead and watch the next episode. I will see you guys in my next video. You'll probably have to wait until the day after next to see that video, but it's coming soon. Soon, I promise. I don't really have anything to upload besides this, and then you on the 26th. So stay tuned for my you reactions, because it's gonna be fun to try to do The Witcher and you at the same time, but at least I have something to watch. Well, I'm on Christmas break with Riverdale and Legacies, so thank you, Netflix, for providing things for me to watch up until that point. I appreciate it. But, there you guys have it. That was my thoughts on The Witcher Season 1, Episode 4. What do you guys think about this episode? Do you think it was a lot of info dumping? Do you think what's happening is interesting? Are you a huge fan of the video games or books and can explain to me what the hell, like, literally just happened? Because I feel like what just happened didn't really translate well onto screen as it does in the books. Or the video series. So just comment down below and let me know what was going on there, because I had like a huge what the fuck is happening moment with this episode, because like I said, I'm not a fan of the books. I have never even touched a book in my life. Obviously I read books, but I have never like touched those books in my life. Like, I might actually have to read that series at some point, because it seems like an interesting series. But, oh no. No, comment down below and let me know, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!